Right, hi everyone, welcome to this video of a 2010 110 XS station wagon. Finished in grey with Santorini black wheel arches, 16-inch sawtooth wheels, all genuine, wrapped in BF Goodrich 265 tyres. They're the all-terrain, so handle beautifully on road, but also can deal with any rough terrain thrown at them. This is quite a special car for me because it's the first Landy I ever sold as Black Barn, so it's lovely to have it back. There's a long story behind why we've got it back, which I won't bore you with, but there was a bereavement in the family and we are now selling the car on behalf of the family, so it's a bit of a wrench for all involved, but I just thought I'd fill you in why she's back with us. So up front it has got the lovely black grille pack and black lettering. There's slight bit of discoloration on the lettering. I'm being super picky. LED side lights, indicators and headlights, and then we've put a new bumper on because we all know Defender bumpers like to corrode, especially on this bottom edge here, and nice stainless steel fixings, all the stuff that we do as standard. As I mentioned earlier, it's got the sawtooth wheels, again in black, wrapped in BF Goodrich tyres. They, look awesome. If you look at from the front, it gives it quite a chunky stance, doesn't it, with the 265 section tyres. That's the width, 265mm. From the factory it would have come with 235s. I just love the look. It did have a roof rack on it. It was the Land Rover roof rack, and if you know your Land Rovers, you'll know that roof rack likes to dissolve, so that it was a bit far gone, so the roof rack is no more. I need to point out there is a bung there from where Land Rover wired in the spots that were on it, so it's fine, it's all weatherproof, but I just need to point that out because it might put some people off. It doesn't for me. It's a Land Rover, they're meant to have holes drilled in them. Bulkheads all looking nice. I'm going to get some new wiper arms because they just look a bit ropey. We've done a new screen surround and painted the blocks and painted the windscreen surround because, as usual, they'd begun to corrode. So you can see here it's all beautifully done, and the seal is a genuine seal and is all good. Now, normally we would change the wing mirror arms, but I forgot the person I bought this off, actually, I think he was the dealer principal of Land Rover Southampton, fitted security bolts to the hinges, but he also, will that focus, filled the security bolts. So it's really good in terms of security, because one of the things on these Landys is the doors can be just taken off, so they're quite easy to break into. However, it does make it slightly tricky to take the wing mirrors off because we've got to get in behind there. So they are showing their age a little bit, but they're not bad. I just want to be as open as possible with you. What have we got here? So we've got a Mantec raised air intake. It's not a snorkel, you can't drive up to here. It's really a raised air intake to get clean air that isn't dusty. If you drove this in water up to here, it would die quite quickly. There's no breathers for axles and the engine just wouldn't deal with it. It's got Santorini black wheel arches, which I think look amazing. It just breaks up the whole vehicle and really ties in well with the black wheels. One thing you could consider is painting the roof black as well. That would look extraordinary. So back seats there. This bit here, if you know your Defenders, you'll know this. There's a sort of hole to the elements there, and it just holds water. And you can see, look, I mean, that's from where I've washed it, and mud has come through. So we've stripped that back, treated it with RC900, which is a sort of rust inhibitor, and painted the sills as well. So it all looks nice and fresh. You know, I'm sorry, it's not immaculate, but I've cleaned it as best I could. Now, one thing you probably have seen here, it's got Recaros. Now, these were fitted at the factory, so they're the genuine Land Rover items. They're not an aftermarket thing. You can see it's got the Land Rover logo pressed into the leather there, along with the Recaro logo there. They're heated, and the key thing about them being genuine is that they've got the low bit here. The non-genuine ones have a raised bit, and that can cause, how do I say it, some discomfort getting in and out of the vehicle, because you sort of get caught on it and your head wax into there. There is some staining here. That's going to all be wet vacked and it'll be absolutely immaculate. Inside, the stereo has been slightly upgraded to a Kenwood single DIN. It's got Bluetooth, and being in excess, I'm sure you know all this, but I'll just repeat it for those that don't. It's got heated seats and air conditioning, which are wonderful to have in a Landy because the AC helps demist everything, along with the heated front screen, because they do leak. There's nothing you can do about it, and electric windows as well. All the mod cons. Being an early Landy, pre 2013-14, it's got the sort of standard headlining, but that's all in really lovely condition. You can see it's got LED lights, so it's really bright in here actually, because one thing when you do own one of these, if you haven't owned one, there's no light in the middle section, so it gets really dark, but these are much brighter, and you can see at the back there it provides really good light. How many miles has she done? 72,200 roughly. Oh, just noticed there's a leather dash pod there. I forgot about that. So this bit is normally just plastic, but that's a nice bit of leather. Steering wheel's all in lovely condition. I might give it a fee because it's gone a bit shiny. So I might give that a fee with some conditioning stuff to make it look a bit smarter. So under the bonnet, Land Rover didn't really care about how the engine looked. This is a Ford Transit 2.4, and the plumbing is typical Land Rover. It's sort of all over the shop, but it's a good lump, and we've just spent a huge amount of money servicing it and changing a few bits and bobs on it, because the vehicle has been laid out for 2 years since the owner sadly passed away, so it needed some love to bring it back. Although I say that, I did drive it back from Edinburgh with no problems whatsoever, just a few slightly squeaky pulleys and bearings and stuff. Along the roof there's a very small bubble here below the Alpine window, but nothing to be concerned about. And I don't know if you can see that, it's very, very light scratching here. I'm going to go a bit heavier with some machine polishing compound to try and get rid of that. I'm loath to chuck paint all over these cars. I can't, you always know when a car's been painted, so we will work with that, and they're not bad at all. The cappings weren't great, so we've got new cappings on there, and there was a bit of a ding in this panel, so that's all been annealed and straightened and painted, and also one thing I quite like, my body shop are sticklers for detail. There's 2 spot weld marks there, and obviously because it's been painted they disappear, but we put those back in, so it all looks lovely. I'm being pretty honest here with you guys. I think it's best to be honest. Underneath, all our usual stuff, so cross member's been treated. Actually, the cross member looked really good, so I was pleased to see that my paint job from 5.5 years ago had stood the test of time, especially because this car did spend some time up on the Highlands of Scotland. Stainless steel mud flat brackets, because they always rust, don't they? The hinges at the back have also been filled. Northern Soul sticker there if anyone's keen on their music. It's nice to see that now I've left it there, because it's just lovely. It sums up the owner. And being a utility, no rear windows. If you want to make it a bit quieter, some soundproofing there, really cheap to do, improves the noise levels in here, but actually it's really quiet running on those BF Goodrich. The seats fold forwards and then they fold up, so you get a really nice long load area. Please forgive me, I haven't had a chance to change this yet. Don't be concerned about this. This is just a strip of metal to hold the carpet down. Land Rover in their wisdom made it out of steel, so it's gone a bit rusty, but I'll put a brushed stainless one on there. So yeah, she's ready to go. It's a lovely thing. Do give me a call and come and have a drive. It's a proper thing. Oh, one thing I forgot. It's got a snow cowl to stop snow getting into the air vent. Lovely thing, and so special to have the first Landy bat that I sold. Thank you for your time. Bye.